Give me my notification. Sometimes it takes forever to find myself in here. Oh, I'm there. Wonderful. Hello, hello, hello. Hello. Oh my gosh, Tessa, it must be Monday morning for you in New Zealand. Ugh. That's all I can say. I admire your dedication in getting up to see me. You're probably up anyway, but I'm just going to pretend you get up just to see me. Oh, I just put the kettle on. I forgot to have a cup of tea. How are you all? I'm just going to clean my glasses. You'd think I'd remember to do it before, wouldn't you? But no. No, I never do. It's been lovely here today. I've been sat out in the garden doing some hand sewing. But it's gone really a bit miserable now. I think it's going to rain again. So Mr. Boo will probably come in to see you all. My simple life truths, Jen. Oh, I don't know what they are. Oh, I've just put my elbow in the glass cleaner. Yes, Tessa's watching me instead of getting ready for work. I am the right way round. I shall explain in a minute. I will explain in a minute. Hello, 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 hello. Shanna, I've just signed your book. They will all be going out tomorrow. So I'm Harrogate Claire, and I think it's going to rain. In fact, it's just started. I can just see it on the patio. But I was actually sat with just a little sundress on this afternoon sewing. It was absolutely gorgeous. So I don't know. Love this top. I've got this in loads of colours. Again, it's a smock dress top. I have it in quite a few colours. My kettle's boiled, so I'm just going to make this cup of tea. Carol, hello, darling. How are you? Let's have a look. Oh. Sorry, Connecticut. Yeah. Miserable in Scotland. Oh, sorry. Yes, I'm full screen again. I will tell you. Just let me put this water in here. New cream out. Piper, if I don't hear from you again, it's been nice knowing you. It's the type of thing I'd say. Oh, Montreal's had gorgeous weather. Conisbrough. Yeah, that's what it's been like here. We haven't got thunderstorms yet, but it wouldn't surprise me if we did. But I sat for about 2 hours. I had a late lunch, late dinner, and I did a big omelette and I took it outside to share it with Mr. Boo. And I had like sweats on. And it was so warm, so I ate my omelette, went in the house, put a little sundress on, and went back outside and sat in the sun, and it was gorgeous. So I just did some sewing for about 2 hours. Ordering new classes, Stella, wonderful. Oh, Yolene's done some. Oh, Carol, thank you. Thank you very much. I've got backache, and I don't know why. Laurie, are you calling me Cyan? Autocorrect is amazing, isn't it? It's not just autocorrect though. People say, I'm really sorry I got your name wrong, it was autocorrect. I've been called Dylan most of my life. Most people think there's an L in my name, no matter what I do. No matter what I do, I've been called Dylan. when I used to blog, it was actually called Dylan's Blog. I am going to start blogging again when the new website finally gets here. But, Mickey, go out. Just go out. Just flick it off you, whatever it is you're doing, and come back, and you'll probably be fine. So, you'll probably be fine. But yeah, I'll probably start blogging again when I get that, because I used to like blogging. It saved me writing a diary because I just put it all in the blog. And I called it Dylan's Blog because I get called Dylan so much that, you know, at school people used to say Dylan Stead. It meant that my maiden name was Stead, and they used to say, it's Dylan. I said, no, it's Dyan. No, it's Dylan. No, it's not, it's Dyan. Why would you ever argue with somebody about their name? But, yeah. Oh, thank you, Annette. It's in that plait from yesterday and just wound round the top of my head. I'm waiting for Jay to come on Tuesday. Then she can do it. I don't wash my own hair. It just, oh my God. It takes Jay long enough to do it. It takes the hairdressers long enough to do it. It's so thick. So I'm waiting for Jay to come and do it, and I don't even dry it. So Debbie signed up for mini collage. Wonderful. Using one of my links, yes please. Always try and use one of my links when you're signing up for stuff, especially product. It gives me a little bit of kudos. Alison Horn, I used to love your blog. Oh my gosh, you must have been following me a long time. I don't think I've written my blog 6 or 7 years. I used to write it every day. It was very candid. It was very, you know. Yeah, you get called Linda. Julie, good morning. Mel, good morning. I am replying to you, Mel. I look at messages. I notice everybody who's won the books have signed in. I do get back eventually, but yeah. Brian instead of Byron. Yeah. That's what I don't understand, why people argue. They just, you know, as if you wouldn't know what your name was. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Oh, Dina had a murder scene in her bathroom yesterday. I think that was when I washed my hair. When it was curly, I used to wash it and leave it to dry. But now if I left it to dry, it takes 2 days. But yeah, you obviously have different baths or tiles. And I was at Dina's house and I washed my hair and I rinsed the bath, and then I was in the boys' bathroom and the boys went in afterwards, and yeah, it looked a bit like Bates Motel. So yeah, Dina's Motel that was. Jacqueline, that's hard. I hope I pronounced it right, but yes. Oh, somebody else was sat outside that. Can we use the new mini collage sheets if we don't have the others in time? The reason I did the old ones, I thought more people would have them. I am using the old ones. So if you want to do what I'm doing, you'll need the same. But if you, I mean, you've done a few classes, Debbie. It's entirely up to you. If you want to use the new ones, you can do. I just thought if I use the new ones in the class, there might be people saying we haven't got the new ones. So I just thought, you know what it's like, everything I do is wrong. So I just thought I would do the old ones. So it's up to you. Oh, Chantal's doing the ink class. Yes, messy. Wonderful. Oh, I actually said Jacqueline right. So strange, because all of these names here, none of them I would have got wrong. Isn't it weird? People just don't. No. So my daughter, one of my daughters is Jay, and she was called a boy all her life. She was put in the boys' class in sports. When she got her passport back, it said Mr. J. Reaveley on, and she had to send it back again. And again, people argue with her. So just J-A-Y. And it is actually a boy's name. But there you go. Oh, Manuela's looking forward to the tumbling blocks. Okay, so I don't really know what I'm going to talk about tonight, actually, because I haven't been thinking. I don't really prep these apart from knowing I'm going to do a bit of ink or a bit of whatever. Oh, I'll tell you what made me laugh. Do you remember the other night when I showed you the teapots, the Alice in Wonderland teapots? Oh, what's that? Oh, I've got a big thread. What's going on there? Just let me cut that off. Oh, I don't want my sleeve to fall off. Hang on a minute. Ping! Yeah. Oh, actually, I meant to say, look, everything's working. And the right way round. And landscape. It's just amazing. Amazing, isn't it? That's happened. So I am the right way round. My sleeve might fall off, but I'm the right way round. So I was showing you the tea sets, and I said to you, there's the first tea set I ever bought, and I bought it at Disney, and I was with Tim. It was my first time to Disney, and he had to drag me there, and he texted me last night to say he loved my new kitchen, but also to say it was 2013, and he sent me a photo. He sent me a photo clutching that teapot, that Disney thing. So it was 8 years ago. Can you believe it? Time goes so fast, don't they? So fast. And then he sent me another picture because I don't understand Disney. He does tell me that when I go, I will understand it. But I've gone to Downtown Disney 3 times, always with him. And maybe 4 times. And every time I go, I spend a fortune. Okay, so the first time I went, that was that time, and he had me trying all the Disney hats on. I need to find some pictures to put on the page. I'm like that, with these Disney hats on. And then I bought that tea set. The second time, I bought a big necklace, I think. I can't remember what else I bought. The third time, I bought the other Disney, the Alice in Wonderland tea set. The fourth time, I bought 3 dresses. And then last year, I wasn't even there, and they sent me a picture of some of the bags, some of the purses, and I ended up buying about 10 purses. They were running round. Tim and Mario were running round the park. They were there for 2 days, actually. They're not normally there for 2 days. And they were there for 2 days, and they were, no, can't have been last year, year before. And they were running round the park, buying all these purses for me, for the girls. So they got me 3 of the Disney Red Apple for Sleeping Beauty. I'm trying to think what I got. A Dumbo, and a penguin from Mary Poppins. Oh my gosh, there's so many, I can't remember. Oh, there was the horse from the carousel in Mary Poppins, different things. And yeah, Tim and Mario were buying them, running around. So one day they'll get me into Disney, I suppose, and I'll probably love it. But I just don't, I've never understood it really. I understand it for children, but I've never understood it for us. But they all go, there's a lot of range. You go, Stampers Anonymous, loads of them go. Ted and Michelle love Disney and their kids. And is Lee in? I don't know if Lee likes Disney, but Jan loves Disney. And they all go. And quite often they will all go together. Ted and Michelle and Mario and Tim, etc. They quite often will go together. So yeah. I just don't understand it. I can't see the attraction at the moment. But if I took a child, then I probably would. So, I love things like, I love Alice in Wonderland. So people, somebody the other day said to me, oh, I didn't know you liked Disney. And I said, no, I don't like Disney. I like Alice in Wonderland. And they went, no, that's Disney. No, it's not. Alice in Wonderland was way before Disney, so I love the Alice in Wonderland and anything to do with Alice in Wonderland, and it's great that Disney did some Alice in Wonderland, but it's not, and I also love anything Tim Burton, so I love anything Tim Burton, so Tim Burton there, anything Halloween-y sort of thing. I don't like rides though. I don't like rides, so I can't see me going on there. I mean, if I went with Tim and Mary, we'd have such a laugh, and with Ted and Michelle and them, we'd have such a laugh that I couldn't, you know, so. I've been to Vegas quite a lot. Yeah, been to Vegas a lot. Been to Vegas once with Tim. Twice. Oh, we might have gone twice. I don't know. But yeah, I've been to Vegas a lot. So, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to flip the... oops. I'm going to flip the camera and see if I can get my original... Oh, wrong way. Wrong way, sorry. Whoops. Let's see what happens here. See, that was confusing because I haven't done it that way for so long. Let's see what's happened. Ooh. I've got the wires round 1 minute. There we go. Oh, amazing. We're back in the correct position. Hallelujah. Amazing. I just need to get those wires out of the way. So, what I wanted to do, I'm just going to do something really quick because I'm tired and I want to do some sewing. Because back to work tomorrow morning, busy with things to do. So, I wanted to... I spoke a little bit the other day about getting your feelings out. So it's the 17th today. It's the very last day of Mental Health Week. So this is our 7th live video, okay? Thank you for joining me. It's been great. Every day we've had less and less people, but I don't take it to heart. I just think people are busy, and if they can watch one, it's amazing. I've just signed all the books. These were for people who shared. These were people who shared the videos. Please don't share the videos on my pages. There's no point doing that. There's no point sharing it on my pages because I'm on my pages, okay? But these were the Ish books. They came and they are all signed. Whose is this? This is Liz's. Live Your Life in Ish. I've slightly altered my quote. So I've just moved it to that. So this is the end of it. So I don't care whether it's the 16th or the 17th. Does it really matter? I'm here and that's all that matters. So I was talking about disguising your writing, getting your feelings out and things like that. So what I normally would say to people is you need to write, you know, next door's cats are just sneaking across the garden. They're looking for Boo to see if he's around before they sneak over. He must be asleep. So funny. He hasn't popped his head up, so he must be asleep. So what I suggest you do is you get a blank piece of paper and you write on it, which fills people in horror. And this is the first thing that I do when I do a word class. You write all over it and people panic, but I'll show you a way not to. So you just start and you just write your feelings down. And you write it in quite big letters, like so. You just write whatever it is. You just go like that. And here's one I prepared earlier, okay? When you get to the bottom, if you've still got loads to write, then you'll turn your book the other way and you will continue writing. The trick is not to take your pen off the page, but you will continue writing, and before you know it, everything that's in your head is down on this piece of paper. Okay, nobody can read it anyway. So you do that, and then you get some black paint. Okay, oh, no, Figaro's going up, looking for Mr. Boo. Mr. Boo might pounce in a minute. So you just get some black paint, and then you just go right over the top of your writing. Okay, so you just blank it out. Okay, this is the square journal. This is one of the square ones. I have 11 different journals. And then you just blank it out like that, and then the writing's gone, and then you cover it with something pretty. You know, so easy to do. So you can't write on this when you've first done it, when it's wet. So I've done another one here. Look, I prepared one here earlier, so I'll go back to that one in a minute. But what you can do while it's still wet, if you're still paranoid somebody's going to see, and look, you can see nothing through it. This is the quality of my journals. You can't see anything through. You can't tell. If I hold it up, you can't tell what the writing is underneath at all. There's no way. But what you can do while it's damp is you can use shimmers. You can use the shimmer sprays. So these were the shimmer sprays that I released about three weeks ago, I think. And it was, I had to check then that there weren't the new ones coming up. No. So it's Blue Lagoon and Fiery Sunset. Okay, so I'm just going to shake those up. And I'm just going to get a stencil out. And, oh, what stencil shall I get out? Choices, choices, choices. I fancy something diamonds, but I should have just taken the first one, but of course I've got it in my head now, the diamonds, and I can't find the diamond stencil. Goodness knows why. Why can't I find that? There's one. That'll do me. Okay, so because I'm in quite a hurry tonight, I am actually going to put some kitchen roll underneath. Okay, just for speed of clearing up. Normally I wouldn't bother. Normally I would pick it all up with a tag later, but I'm just doing this for speed. Okay, so I'm going to use two of... So I'm just going to shake that up, and then I am just going to spritz some of the Fiery Sunset on there, and then I am just going to spritz some of the Blue Lagoon there. And when you use shimmer, it doesn't matter if you use the wrong colours like this. I would never use these colours in ink, because when they would make brown, but when you use shimmer, it makes like a bronze. Okay, so I've got all this ink on here, so I'm going to flip it over the top and I'm going to lay it down on there, and I'm just going to press that, and then I'm just going to blot this. Okay, so I've done the negative on here, and then I'm just going to leave that to dry a little. I've got another page here, and I'm just going to reactivate it a little bit with some water. Oops. And I'm going to get another print off. So normally I would just then take a tag and wipe all that up. I'm just going to spritz this now to get this off. So remember, my shimmers have colour in them. So they work on a white page, and they work on a black page as well. And then you've got a new background there for your page. Again, with these lights, I'm not sure if this is going to show up. I'll have a doodle of this later. I'm not sure if this is showing up or not. And then this is on the black page. And it might not look much there, but here's one that I did on another day with the flowers, and you can see when you doodle it really makes it stand out. So this is just I think that's Pure Sunshine on there. So when it's on a white page, you see the colour of the ink. When it's on a black page, you see the colour of the shimmer, not the ink. Okay, so again, in mine, you can see in the blue, there is a blue shimmer. In this orange, there is an orange shimmer. There's a different shimmer in all of mine. With a lot of people's products, they just have one colour shimmer. So you would do that and you would just see silver or gold or something like that. So with this here, it might look mess at the moment. I'm just trying to go in without getting on the shimmer. I would normally leave it a lot longer than this. But then if you go in like so, oh, it's going to eat my pen. I'm just doing this a little bit and then I'm stopping. But then you can see how the pattern starts to come up like that one, and that's all over your writing. And then this one again, this is quite a new pen and I don't want to break it, but with this one you could just like this later. I would normally advise just totally waiting until this is totally dried, but they're really cool. It's a really, really cool thing to do. So that's one thing you can do if you're impatient and you can't wait. But I am actually, this was painted this morning, so I'm going to put one of the silhouettes on. So I'm just going to add a silhouette on this page because again, it's a really good way of getting your thoughts and things out. So this again has got writing underneath. So what shall we do? Oh, should we use Otis? Actually, do you know what? I'm going to use my mum. This is discontinued now, so if you've got it, you've got it. If you haven't, you haven't. It's simple. But this one is called... this is Maureen. This was my mum. So this page is totally dry, so I can use it. So I am going to... When you do this, if your stencil is bigger than your book, you can always have the feet missing or you can have the head missing. You can't have bits of it. It just doesn't look right. So I'm just going to put her there and I'm just going to draw around her. So again, you know, you could have written whatever stuff you wanted underneath, whether it's bad stuff, whether it's good stuff. The idea is just to get it out of your head and then you just put something like this over the top. Now, I have this size journal in black. And I know some of you would be saying, well, why didn't you just do it on the black journal? Because then I wouldn't have been able to write underneath it. So you could do this in a black journal, but you won't be able to do the writing first. Okay. So as I said, this one is called Maureen. That is my mother. So you can just draw around a silhouette, and then I could take... I'm going to stick with this one actually. I could take the this stencil. To make a border. If this was the other page, you would have to wait. So I always have some extra pages kicking about. And the thing is, if you do this, I would write on a couple of pages, paint it black, and then just paint a couple of pages black. And you can't remember. You won't be able to remember which page had the good stuff, which page didn't. Just going to put a little circle there to fit it in. Gosh, it is going to rain. It is so warm. So there's a little border. So in here, because I am just doing a quick one, I'm just going to doodle in these borders. Or you could use the border stencils, especially the Dyalog ones, because they fit perfectly in here. I'm going to have to put the fan on. I know it's noisy, sorry. But I just want to show you how quickly you can do a page. And, you know, I could have written under here, I could have written stuff about being depressed, about being sad, about being happy. I used to teach this in eating disorder clinics, so people would write that and different bits like that. I teach a lot of youngsters this, because I teach youngsters, you're allowed to say whatever you want, but you've got to own it. So you're allowed to write your feelings down, and then you just cover it up. You just totally cover it up and move on. So I'm going to just quickly come round, put a little running stitch round. I do have a silhouettes class. I think I have one silhouette evening, and then I have a full week's silhouette class as well. And also the trick of writing, it might actually be in the mental health class, which was Distinctly Dylusions class 1, or it might be in the writing class. I don't know. I have so many. So if you're going to sign up for classes, I would recommend going back and starting with the earlier ones, because the earlier ones have the techniques in, the later ones not so much, because I can't teach the same techniques over and over and over and over and over. So the earlier ones have all the basics and things in, as well as whatever the subject was. The later ones, I tend to presume you already know. Okay. Otherwise, go do the 101 of inks or the 101 of paints, or both of those are really good starters for techniques. But, you know, I've been doing it over a year, so I know some of you are new, but I tend to presume that a lot of you already know what you're doing. So I've done that, and then I'm going to take the journal block. Okay, I'm going to take my journal block, and I am going to draw some journal lines in here. So this is what I use for all my stamping, but I also use it to make my circle, my borders and etc. Oh, missed this way. Oops. I've just lined it up with the edge there, and I'm doing fat lines, thin lines. They don't have to be the same width, doesn't matter. Go. Okay, so I'm just going to strengthen those a bit. I always like them to make them a little bit thicker. You know, and if you did what I said earlier, if you do a few pages, some with your secrets underneath and some without. You won't know what's under this page. You don't know whether it's a sad page, happy page, or whatever. Nobody knows. So it's gone. It doesn't mean your problems are solved, but it means that you're not giving them free storage in your head. And that's not what you want, free storage in your head. If you're going to have issues, you need to charge them rent, make them work for themselves. And then I can just write something in here. So I'm on this one, I'm just going to put this page was made during Mental Health Awareness Week. I did a live every night for every day of the weeks. Every day of the week, sorry. It was a really fun week for me to raise awareness. There you go. And for some reason it just always works. And then you could either leave the middle bit blank, or because I've got a running stitch round the outside, I'm just going to pop it inside as well. So you've taken those thoughts that were in your head that you never wanted anybody else to see, and you've just got rid of them. So even though I didn't go on the same page, because this was the page where I wrote, I won't remember next time what I've put on there. So there's always, you know, you can't write on the wet pages, but that means there's always a page ready for you to pick up and do. So again, if you like the black and white, I have doodling classes, I have the silhouette classes, I have all sorts of different ones where you can learn. And they're all very, you know, they're just like these chats, they're just very informal. I just do it. You get to keep the videos, you can mute me, you can replay me, you can speed me up. And you can see it again and again and again. And the classes are how I actually make my living now. They're how I survive and pay for Jay and Emmy, etc. So, wonderful. Like, for some reason, I want to put some dots around here. I mean, I talk about mental health awareness every week of the year, not just, oh, there's a circle gone there. Not just in this week. You know, if you've ever been on a class with me, one of the first things I talk about is mental health, because it's really, really important. So again, if you want to know how to write like this, I have a class teaching you writing. There's all sorts. Okay, there we go. That's how easy it is to get rid of bad thoughts, get rid of bad things in your heads, etc. You just disguise them. You just disguise them with something else. And like I say, you could come back to this one later. I really don't want to break my pen. But the more you put in here, and then you could add some collage in here. You know, we could add some collage over the top. You could still write over the top as well. You could still do, but all of a sudden this page is just, you know, a lovely, lovely page. And you've also got the benefit of having this page. Another pen that's really good to use, and you don't have to wait for your ink to dry, is a Sakura Glaze. I thought I had one open. No, oh well, there's a new one. It's a Sakura Glaze pen. This is the black one, and this gives you like a raised embossed look, and the shimmer won't eat your pen with this because it's a wet glossy pen. You have to be a bit neater, so I'm going to have to do a combination of both on here. I'm going to have to do it good with this pen and then scruffy with the other pen as well, so it all matches. But you write slower with these pens, and it makes it so it's got that raised embossed look. So if you are feeling really impatient, you could use like a glaze pen, but anything else, it will eat your pen. You know, anything else. Just look at that shimmer there. It's gorgeous, isn't it, on the shimmer there? My shimmers are the bomb. They really are the bomb. So, so yeah, there you go. So that's how to get some thoughts out of your head onto a page. Nobody can tell they're there. And you can make a simple page really, really simply. So, you know, just give it a try. Right, I'm going to flick you back round and see what people say. What have we got? I never thought of using it for that. Oh, the journal block. I'm new to building up my stock and have one of these I bought, but I do need to purchase some stamping blocks. You don't need a stamping block. This does everything. You don't need hundreds of tons of stuff. You need something. Dylusions products always do a lot more than one thing. This has got a ruler on it. It's got lines on it. It's got holes on it. You can make your borders with it. You can write with it. You can do your frames, and you can stamp with it. You don't need to buy stamping blocks as well. Carol started doing my classes then. Thank you, Manuela. Thank you. Yeah, just ask in the groups. People are really, really nice in there. Oh, Claire's going to be in class on the 24th. Sharon's enjoyed it. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Yes, new shimmer's coming soon. I think it's next Wednesday. It's through the class, so it might be next Wednesday. So I'll be doing a release and then doing, so it's a pleasure, Sean. Thank you. We've had a few people sign up for classes, but we haven't had a massive amount. So, you know, if you've enjoyed yourself this week and you've really enjoyed watching them every night and that, and you want to repay in some small way, buying a class would really, really help us. You know, so. Diane, how do you do your writing? I've tried but can't manage it. That's because you've given up. If you give up, you'll never manage it. So I do have a class on it, but I write every single day. Every single day. Yolene, no problem. Thank you. Judy, thank you. Yes, Sean says I have a class on it. I love the silhouettes. Love it, love it, love it. Shell, it's a pleasure. Tammy, a pleasure. I'm so glad you've enjoyed this week. I am tired. today. I really am. It's quite draining because I get hundreds of messages as well. Most of them nice, some not so nice. You know, and there's a lot of emotional, I give out a lot. I do give out a lot as well. So I know it might sound silly to some, but it can be quite tiring. It can be quite emotionally draining, and it takes some recovery. Sorry, I'm watching Figaro up there. He's only about 6 months old, little Figgy from next door. And actually, Mr. Boo tolerates him. He's the only one Mr. Boo will tolerate, but he's jumping around now, and Boo's like that, looking at him as if to say, you what? So, the writing class, I can't remember I think it's 60, I don't know. But if you look for I think it's called Dyan's Alphabet. So, Sandy, thank you very much. Thank you. Tracy, oh, bless you. Write it down. Anything like depression stuff, write it down. Name it, write it down. And then just, paint over the top, leave it to dry and write over it. So, Piroska, thank you very much. Melody, more understanding. That's all it needs. Mental health just needs understanding. That's all it is. There are, some people have very severe mental health issues, and that's hard. Oh, sorry, the cat just done a somersault. Not my cat, but Figgy. I don't know what he was chasing. He went up and went over. It was like a backflip pirouette thing. But it is, it's just about understanding. And then the other thing, because I know I've said this before, is I don't need you to understand me. I just need people to sort of love me. But understanding is half the key. So if that's helped, that's great. Carry on talking about mental health awareness. And, we don't, some of us do, but not all of us sit in corners licking windows and rocking very, very slowly. I usually only do that after a class. But, we just do things differently. And the biggest thing, these two cats, sorry. All I can see is the cats playing. They're all playing in the garden. The biggest thing again, I've mentioned it before, the biggest thing the psychologist said to me was, I said something about something I did, and he said, for somebody who has your specific mental illnesses, you act really normal. And I was like, oh my gosh, I act really normal. And they said, yeah, for people who have. So it's just a matter of finding your people. So after spending 40 odd years thinking I was weird and staying away a lot from the public and, from social occasions and things, I would never go to social occasions. It's very rare you got me to go to a wedding or a do. I still don't really. But, when you're used to being looked at or spoken about in not a brilliant way, you just don't go. So if people can understand that mental health issues just mean you're a bit more unique, and I like that, I want to be unique, then that really helps. So, spread that awareness. Oh, Gail, that's brilliant. Gail says her husband's walked in and said just want crafty stuff for the birthday next week. He can buy, if he's not sure what to buy you, he can buy you a voucher. So you can go on there and you can buy vouchers, and it's an electronic voucher, and then you can go in and spend it when you want. So you could do that if you want. So, Melody, when I go to paint with my water pens, you're using the wrong ink. You're not using a permanent ink. It has to be, I always use the archival, the jet black archival. You're using an ink. Distress is reactive with water. Okay, yeah. Yeah, somebody says they're lucky to not have a mental illness. I feel I'm very lucky to have mental illnesses. So I know what you're saying, and mine's the flip side. But the classes, it is important to understand, yeah. Oh, Yvonne, says you, pot, kettle, kettle black. You give out a ton of yourself, but it is exhausting, you're right. So, yeah. Oh, people glad they enjoyed the classes, helped with personal issues. Yeah, the writing class, that would be good. Mel, oh, thank you very much. Thank you. There's so many classes. Oh, number 2 is alphabet. Oh, number 12. Yeah, sorry, number 12 is the alphabet. Diane's alphabet. Oh, I don't know if they're fighting or playing. Journaling helps so much. That's... Oh. Yes, you don't need to understand to be kind. Be kind and you will understand. I love that quote. That's really, really nice. Oh, Dyan's in half stuff. Oh. Yolene, that's lovely. Coach person to talk with for others with mental illness. And I know you do chat to a lot of people on the board, so that's great. That's great. Really good. Oh, Michelle's in Las Vegas. Do you live there or are you playing? Mental illness is nothing to be ashamed about, and neither is talking about it. And I will shout it from the rooftops. So, oh, it's a pleasure. I know it's quite a quick one tonight, but I still wanted to come on and see you all. And if you've got friends who are struggling or anything, I can't remember. I think the first night, so Monday night, and was it Thursday night, were more chatting. The others were sort of showing you different bits and pieces. But those 2 nights, I think it was Monday and Thursday, that's when I sort of talk more about mental health, etc. Oh, it's a pleasure, it's a pleasure, it's a pleasure. Lynn, I accepted my mental health issues recently and understand now with help from the psychologist why I can be so antisocial at times. Yeah, I don't call it antisocial. I call it putting me first. You know, I used to think otherwise, but now that's what I do. But finally my friends understand. They will understand if, you know, if they're true friends. So thank you for... Oh, so lovely. Thank you. Oh, Karen's getting the mental health class for her birthday tomorrow. Cool. And if you post in the group, everybody who's been in it before will chat to you. Well, not everybody, but most of them will chat to you. So, yes, Jessica, you can rewatch the lives. Yeah, Yolene. Oh, I nearly had you in tears. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to. Remember, tears are just words that need to come out. Oh, Sonia, best week ever listening to you. Better than all my psychiatrists. You actually know what you're talking about. It's been brilliant. Thank you so much. Oh, I can only talk about me. I can only talk about my perspective and hope that it hits other people's perspectives, you know. But thank you for that. That's lovely. Sometimes I'll talk about it in class and sometimes people will say, I'm a mental health nurse or I'm a psychologist, often, and you know, you really made sense what you talk about, which is great. But I do always say I am not one of those people. I have no qualifications. My only qualification is I am one of the many mentally ill, so I can only give you from my point of view. But that's great. So, oh, Joe, thank you very much to get some classes. Thank you. Okay, yeah, a delusional disorder. It's just a disorder. It's just an illness. It's like if he got mumps, nobody would say, well, why don't you just leave him? Why would you just leave him? You know, it's not that. It's different. So, sending love. Yeah, it was seen as selfish, putting yourself first. But the thing is, you know, if you go down, everybody goes down. And I'll repeat this, but every time you get on an aeroplane, they say if there's a problem, the oxygen masks will fall and you put your own oxygen mask on first. Because if you don't put your mask on, you can't help the next person. And that's what it is. You know, putting your own thing first is putting your oxygen mask on. That's what it is. Oh, Kristen, let them out. Let them out. You've been holding them in for weeks. Let them out. Just write it down and do. It does look like Whitby Jet, but it's not. This necklace, there's a little tale about this necklace. I was with Dina when I saw this necklace somewhere in Arizona. And it was in a shop and it was really, really expensive. And I didn't buy it. and really regretted not buying it. And then I was somewhere else, I can't remember where else now, can't remember. And I saw it again, and it was even more expensive than the first one. But I bought it, and I absolutely loved it. And then about a week later, I went into another shop, and I bought one really similar by the same artist in the sale. So I feel I did really well. It's actually, this one is a crow. My other one is like a Halloween cat. And they're actually, it does look like Whitby Jet, but it's not. It's, oh my gosh, I can't find the clasp now. Oh, there we are. They are beads like it. And she is, it's Hot Cokes. Oops. Hot Cokes design. I don't know if you can see that. But it is gorgeous, and it's usually covered in bronzer. So every now and again I have to scrub it with an old toothbrush because it just gets covered in, you know, sweat and hair dye and bronzer. But I just love them. I just love both of them. So I've probably had this about 7 or 8 years, something like that. So yeah. Oh, picked up the mood, Angel, thank you. Yes, some normal people exist. They think they're normal. I think I'm normal, but, you know, don't put yourself last. Yeah, but Leslie, you don't have to laugh to think you're okay. You just need to say, I've got to put my mental health first. Remember, my personal space is, you know, for your own safety. Emma, interested to know why you say your mental health has been a gift. Because it is, because I won't be where I am without it. I wouldn't have all this creativity without having all these mental illnesses. I have rapid cycling bipolar, I have ADHD, I have BPD, and I have a slight DID. And I wouldn't have this creativity. It is a gift. It's my superpower. I wouldn't be sat here now talking to people all over the world without it. I wouldn't be a signature designer in Ranger without it. You know, I would just be half the person I am without it. So to me, it is a gift. It is one of my strong points. It is one of my, you know, I will celebrate my mental illness forever. So, and I don't see, you know, other people who don't think that, they can go whistle their own tune, you know, whistle their own flute, because to me, it's only brought the best things to my life, because look at me now. So, and you just have to, you know, if that's how you spin it, you have to put a spin on it. So, yeah. Yeah, it is very Edgar Allan Poe, isn't it? Yeah. I've worn the cat one a lot. Sad old goth coveting. I'm surprised I was never a goth, you know. I am surprised, Shell. But, oh my goodness me, Tracy's gone on my blog and started from my oldest post. That was a new blog because the person who I originally did my blog fell out with me and took it all down. So that was started again. But there's a lot of personal stuff in those blogs. There's a lot of things, which I don't mind, it's out there. But there's things like when my mum died and going through my bulimia and everything. That's how I used to be. That was my therapy. And I would like to start those again. And it has been an incredible journey, Tracy, and thank you for saying, yeah, if, you know, never be afraid to tell your story. Never be afraid to tell people about your journey, because it just might help somebody who's at the beginning of theirs. And it's always nice to know somebody's come out the other end, you know. So, and, you know, just think to yourself, you know, remember when you used to pray for the things that you do have now. You know, it's just little things like that. It's just positivity. Yeah, you do have to be positive about it, yes. Oh, yes, I did a mental health podcast with scrapbook.com. The photo they have for that, I look terrible. That's when I was flying a lot and my face is like this. My face is like a little balloon. I did have dark hair and was so thin. Yes, yeah. I've always been thin. Always been really skinny, but I had a 41-year-old eating disorder, so I decided I was going to conquer my eating disorder, And my idea at the time was I was going to get well, and I put loads of weight on because I had bulimia, so I put loads of weight on. And my idea was that I would get well and then I would lose the weight again. And then I realised I was obviously still not well. So I put the weight on. So and some of it is slowly coming off now, but I don't care. I don't care because I'm healthy, So it doesn't matter. Oh, yeah, you have to come out. You have to come out stronger. So, yeah, you've just got to do it because there's nobody else can do it for you. There's only you. Oh, Julie, thank you. Thank you. She's read all of that blog. There'll be loads of people now going back to that blog, won't they? It'll be really funny because I'm not that person anymore. They say it takes 7 years for every single thing in your body to regenerate. So you're not that person anymore after 7 years. If anybody knew me more than 7 years ago, I am not that person now. Every single thing in my body is regenerated. But it's nice to go back because that's the journey. That is the journey, and that's how I've got there. And, and again, that's why I'd like to get my blog sort of going again. It probably won't be like that because I talked it all through and did it all through then. And what I used to do, I used to blog on a night, and I just used to like brain dump. So I'd sit in bed and I'd blog, and then I'd press post in the middle of the night, and then I'd think to myself, oh, I'm going to delete that in the morning. And by the time I got up in the morning, I had so many comments and people saying that, that helped me, etc., etc. So in the end, I just realised, you know what, I'm going to keep it. I'm just going to keep it and do it. So I did all that before. It is what it is. You forget, when you have a blog, you forget other people read it till you get loads of comments. So it is going to be on my website. I am going to blog again. The reason I stopped blogging was Blogger made it so difficult to blog. They made it really, really difficult. So Emmy still does the blog, but she only puts pictures on when I have releases and things like that. But I will start blogging again because it'll save me writing it in the diary. Because every night I still write, before I even do, everything's in pencil. Everything's in pencil in here. It all gets written. And where is today? Well, that's today. I'm not quite finished today. It all gets written in there. So I just type it instead. And then I would just go back. And when I come to do my main diaries and my day-by-days, I could just look through my blog, couldn't I? And I can pick the pictures of there and things like that. So, yeah. So, yeah, nobody knows another person's journey. Yeah. Nobody can walk a mile in my shoes. And if you do walk a mile in my shoes, can you bring me a bottle of wine back, please? Right, I'm going to go see Mr. Boo, and I'm going to put some tea in because I haven't had anything to say. You see, that doesn't bother me, Karen. If I say I have mental health problems and then I'm trolled, it doesn't bother me because that's their issue. You have to ignore what people say. It's none of my business what other people say about me. If people want to troll me, they can, but how nasty to troll somebody for something that they have no control over. It's ridiculous. And that's why my spin of I celebrate my mental illness. How can they troll me? How can they troll me on something that I see as a gift? So they can't win. They can't win with me because I see it, to me it's a gift and I celebrate it. So they can troll me all they want, but it's not going to, it's just going to go over my head. Yeah, it might sting a bit, but that's their, it's not my issue, is it? Karma is only a bitch if you are. Okay, and a lot of people say, oh, I believe in karma, and oh, I want to drive the karma bus and I can't wait. No, because then you're as bad as them. I wish people the life they deserve. That's what I always do. I wish them the life they deserve. And so then it's not on me. It's not on me, you know, because otherwise I'm just lowering myself to their level as well. So just karma. Karma, karma, karma. Karma, 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 chameleon. Oh, I used to love Boy George. I still do. I still love Boy George. But, oh. Okay, this is so weird to be stopping at 7:30 on a Sunday evening. Oh my gosh, I'm not normally stopping till it's too late to do anything. And I was going to be on longer, but then I just thought, no, I'm going to put myself first, because tomorrow I'm back to the grindstone, etc. So I thought, I'm just going to come on, I'm just going to do a bit, and that's it. So you will see me again. I won't leave it a whole week. Classes start again next Monday, but you can go and do any of the older classes at all. If Emmy doesn't always answer you on a weekend, don't forget she's allowed to sleep. She's allowed to have the weekend off, but she'll be back in the morning, and she will put everybody on the classes, etc., etc. We will send out these ish books tomorrow. We will send them out to everybody. Enjoy. And I'm going to come on and chat more often. I probably won't tell you when, but I am going to come on and chat more often, because I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed it. It's been fun. And even doing the things like just showing you the inks, that's not something I would sort of normally do. So that was fun. Apparently, we've had a bit of a run on pens and inks. Art from the Heart. Ben's away this weekend. He comes back tonight, I think. I don't know if he comes back tonight, if he drives back in the morning. And he's like, typical, I'm away, and we have all these orders. So they will all be getting packed and sent out tomorrow. And can I just say now, for those of you who are starting on the rocky road of fountain pens and ink, there's no hope. There's no hope. There's no 12-step programme. It was nice knowing you. Remortgage your house. Spend your kids' inheritance. But you'll have fun along the way. Okay. Mwah!